big time, girl, I know I hurt you bad. I was
What, Tuesday night? You know what I mean? It's a little crazy out here with traffic and all that. But I appreciate you all coming through. And especially this weekend where the biggest hip-hop festival in the entire world is finally coming to New York City. The Rolling Loud Festival, you know what I'm saying? And people like Meek Mill, Travis Scott, Wale, Pusha T, Young Thug, Wu-Tang Clan, A$AP Rocky, you name it, they're all performing at the City Field where the Mets play at in Queens this weekend. But before we get into all that, we're gonna have a nice talk with the founders of the Rolling Loud Festival. So please, everybody, make some noise for Tariq, Cherif, and Matt Zingler, the founders of the Rolling Loud Festival. Welcome.
What it do, baby?
Oh, you guys. Y'all can make some little bit more noise than that. Come on now, let's go. Biggest festival in the world started by these two guys right here, man. And let me tell you something. I'm something of an event planner. You know what I'm saying? Like me and my friends, we came up with this party called Duce Palooza that goes around. Hey. I hear that. And you know, just knowing these two guys' story, Matt and Tariq, and just seeing, you know, just knowing the absolute just joy of creating something that the world could enjoy with one of your close friends, you know what I'm saying? So, Tariq, Matt, first thing I want to ask you guys is, how did you guys meet? How did you guys meet?
Fourth grade, baby.
You turn the mics up real quick.
Yeah, let me get my mic up.
Turn the mic up.
Yeah. I don't want to have to lean down. Can we pick it up a little bit?
Yeah, we good.
Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, man, fourth grade. We were in different homerooms. I don't know if you remember having like homeroom.
I remember homeroom.
Yeah.
Y'all still have homeroom, man? I know y'all. I'm old,
yeah.
so I'm ready.
So we had different homerooms. We did this Hurricane Katrina party. I don't know if you guys remember Hurricane Katrina, but it like devastated New Orleans. And at that point, we'd been doing parties, but we never charged anybody. So this is the first time we ever charged somebody to come to one of our parties. It was like freshmen, $20, seniors, $5, and somewhere in between for everybody else. If you came from another school, it was just free range to charge you whatever. And we made like $5,000 off the party. And it was like, holy shit. We went to school like, hey, can you give this to the Red Cross? They're like, how'd you get this? Was through our Circus for Society.
Yeah, we donated it.
Yeah.
And then they were like interrogating us about like things. They're like, oh, some kids got fucked up. And they were like saying that they were drinking. Or like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It was a good cause, though.
No, we told them we went door to door, remember? We said we went door to door collecting.
The best thing, start illegally. That's the best advice I can give. Nah, it's not. But not. Sometimes, you know what I mean?
Some of the best progressive things.
Exactly. You can't really change the game unless you break a few rules,
You look
right?
at like cannabis, what's happening in cannabis, you know, had to start illegal, and now you see it going legal. So
I just think it's more about like if you're involved in something and you know what you want to do it and you're just kind of doing it, you don't know how to do it the right way when you start. You know, and that's one of the things when we started our official touring business, because we were kind of dwelling on the high school shit, which is cool, but everybody created shit in high school. Like when I actually started throwing events, the issue wasn't that there wasn't event insurance to insure hip hop, and there wasn't insurance to insure like metal events because it was liability.
we used to say our event was a reggae event.
Yeah, we used to
To
buy
get
them,
insurance.
No, I get it. Like, there was certain venues they wouldn't let us do because, like, oh, this is a hip hop event. Oh, nah, y'all go down the street. Y'all go. Doing these events in South Florida, and you guys had like the good fortune of these events kind of popping at the time where a lot of these really dope South Florida artists were also rising, right? So if there was any artist that was probably the most instrumental to the rise of y'all event planning and party promotion, and
It was before that. Like we started our company in 2010. The Florida scene was like later.
okay,
Like a lot later. Like probably like 2015 is when the Florida scene arose.
okay.
We were doing this stuff when we were up north. So down south.
Up north, as in
North Florida.
North Florida, gotcha. I'm sorry, I
I'm like, wait, I'm in New York.
was like, up north feels it's something different up here, so you gotta be clear.
I'm perma high. They call me like perma high.
Yeah, he smoked enough.
Oh, hey, listen.
Yeah.
It's gonna be legal in Jersey in like 3 months, so we'll come back next time. We'll do Rolling Loud in MetLife or some shit.
But no, like we started down south and then we were up north, you know, in Florida, and we started our event planning there for an after party. And we'll expedite this a little bit because we've been drilling on like, oh, you guys like doing events and shit. No, we actually lost a lot of money our first show.
All of our money.
All of our money. And it sucked, you know, like it was rough. I actually got in a fight that night. And like this guy was wearing rings and he clipped me. I had to get stitches.
Bro, I gotta find that video. His face was
he slipped me good.
I'm so glad you asked. You said that because that was my very next question. And throwing events, if you throw an event, throw a concert or a festival party, it's never smooth. The first couple.
No, this was not even at the show.
Oh, it wasn't even at the show. Oh my god.
It was like later.
It was across the street.
Alright,
if you ever been to Tallahassee, Florida, there used to be a nightclub called Chubby's, which then became Coliseum. Now it's Albertsons or Walgreens or CVS. But across the street from that, there's a place called Guthrie's, which has fried chicken 24 hours.
Okay.
So we're in Guthrie's after the show, and Matt got into it. This dude like tried Matt.
Really? I didn't even know. I was just drunk. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, that was back in the
I'm like a scrappy motherfucker, so I was like, you know what, whatever, bro.
He kind of stole Matt though, you know, it wasn't that fair.
But you ate it though.
Oh, he ate that shit.
Yeah.
We took the limo to the hospital, right?
Yeah, it was lit, bro.
Because we had the limo for Rick Ross.
I was trying to like super glue it. I was like, fuck it. I was like, my dad was in the military,
so you took Rick Ross's.
I'm trying to super glue anything together. I'm like, yo, I don't know what you're trying to super glue right now. But anyways, you know, so we lost a bunch of money our first show ultimately, and then we grew our touring business over time, and then our touring business led to our festival business, which was down south. And at the time when we dropped our festival in around 2015, the music scene in Florida was more predominant. You know, before that it was more like Raider Clan, which was like 2012 era, 2011.
Even before that, low key, honestly, like, cause we booked Rob Banks' first show.
Yeah, your mic went up.
Whatever. We booked Rob Banks' first show. That was 2012. We had him opening for Stally. Yeah. So to put that in
shout out Stally, man. That's my guy. Focus Stally.
So that was April 6, 2012. I always remember the dates for the shows for some reason. But before that, you didn't really hear like that. Like I said, that was Rob Banks' first show. Rob Banks came after Space Ghost Perp. So the Florida scene was like Space Ghost Perp gave birth to Rob Banks.
You know how hard it is getting artists to get off the stage? If you cut their mic, like mid mic, cut their mic. They look back, they're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like shit can get real serious, and I think it's like if somebody was telling me back then, they're like, yo, like all the shit you gotta deal with, like it's fucking frustrating, man. You know, Tariq's more level-headed than I am, so like sometimes I remove myself from situations pretty fast, but man, it's a pain in the ass. I'd much rather be a rapper.
I don't know, man. Like, I would just if I could tell myself something, it would just be like, yo, you don't know what you're doing, but like that's good.
It's a good thing.
Because like, I really feel like Matt and I learned the things we needed to learn at the right time through experience. And like, I don't think you can be taught shit before you get into it. Like, I don't know, like somebody could have told us like, hey, make sure you prioritize getting event insurance, or make sure you get a lawyer, or make sure your contract's right. There's a bunch of make sure situations, but dog, you just gotta jump in and do it. You gotta fall on your face.
You don't even love me any more. I feel the pain that we going through, and I don't even know what you want me to do.